Hi and welcome to my little mini video about Nanowrimo. And I just want to say a massive congratulations to everyone who took part this year. You are amazing. It's not the easiest thing to do, to write a book in a month, and it's certainly makes things interesting, especially if you're working and you've got family and you're trying to sort of juggle everything all together. I have to admit I kind of hibernated a little bit, and I've suddenly woken up this morning and thought, wow, there's a lot of people that I need to get in touch with and things I need to do and work that's piled up and all the rest of it, but you know, that'll come in time. So yeah, I just wanted to well, sort of say a thank you to Nanowrimo itself, to these things don't fit very well, to Chris Beatty, who started Nanowrimo in 1999. I personally came across Nanowrimo in 2009 when I was living in New York, and I was in the city in the Virgin Megastore, actually, in the bookshop section, and I found his book, which I still have, No Plot, No Problem, and up until that point, even though I'd been wanting to be a writer my whole life, I'd never written anything longer than my novella, Heaven.com, which is about 18,000 words, and I didn't think that I could write anything longer than that because I have quite a short attention span, which I've realised over the years, and a very short-term memory as well. So the idea of writing anything longer than 18,000 words seemed a little bit impossible because on average at that time, I think novels took sort of between 3 to 10 years to write, and that's too long when you haven't got that kind of attention span to be able to do that. So I found No Plot, No Problem, and the book just really spoke to me. There was something about it, about the humour of it, the way it's written. So I remember reading it on the train on the way home to Westchester, and I had to hide my face in my hair because I was laughing so much, and other people on the train were giving me slightly strange looks. So I read the book and decided that this was how I was going to write a novel. So I couldn't wait until the 2009 Nanowrimo, because at the time it was March, and November seemed like a very long time to wait. So I actually started writing my novel on the 1st of April 2009. Which was actually the day that I flew home from New York back to England. So I wrote the first 900 words on a notepad in the airport, and then I wrote the rest on my computer. So in April, I wrote 40,000 words, which was the longest thing I'd ever written up at that point. But the story wasn't finished, so I just carried on into May using the same technique of roughly 1,600 words a day. I've still got the word count of my actual daily counts, and I don't think it was 1,600 a day, but by the 2nd of June, so another month later, the word count was at 96,000. And the novel was The Earth Angel Training Academy. So I can safely say that without Nanowrimo, this book wouldn't exist, and neither would any of the books that I've written since then, because I try to write all my books in that same way, whether it's November or not. I wrote the sequel, The Earth Angel Awakening, during 2010's Nanowrimo. And I also started The Doorway to Pam during 2009's Nanowrimo. I started I'm Here several times through several Nanowrimos, and ended up finishing it in March. So. And I wrote The Elfite during Camp Nanowrimo in 2012. Get very confused. 2012, yes, because I published it in 2012. And then Heaven.com is my original novella. So yeah, if you've done Nanowrimo this year, and whether you've hit 50,000 words or not, it doesn't matter, because if you've made a start, if you've gone for it, then that's amazing, because I know personally that without it I wouldn't have written any of my books. So yeah, huge sort of well done to everybody that took part, and high fives all around, definitely. And yeah, just keep writing, you know. I wasn't actually going to take part in Nanowrimo this year, because by the beginning of November, I just finished my last book, and I was trying to edit and just do things with that, and I thought it's just too much to have just finished writing a book and be doing the editing process and start a new one. So I resisted. I said, no, I'm not going to do it this year. I'm going to focus on just getting this one published. And it got to the 16th of November, hadn't written a word, and I decided, do you know what, I think I will take part after all. A little bit crazy, but I'm glad that I did, because even though I started on the 16th, I did hit 50,000 words last night around 10 o'clock and won Nanowrimo, so I've got my certificate, which I have printed out and I will be framing. And yeah, so I wrote it in half the amount of time, which again is a little bit crazy, and my fingers do hurt because, yeah, I wrote the entire book on an iPad as well, which I did get a keyboard for. I started off just tapping on the screen and that really does hurt. Wouldn't recommend it. So yeah, I got a keyboard for my iPad and wrote the entire book on there. So yeah, it's been an interesting Nanowrimo, and I apologise to everybody who I have ignored or not taken any notice of in the last couple of weeks. I have been in my own world completely, but I'm pleased to say that the fifth book in the Earth Angel series is now finished, and I will try and publish it early next year. I won't make you wait 6 months for this one. So yeah, if you haven't tried Nanowrimo before, try it. I know that they do a camp in the summer, sort of either April, May or June, July sort of time. Look it up, take part. I'll put the address at the end of this video, because seriously, it's fun. And if you don't know where to start, then get a copy of Chris Beatty's book, No Plot, No Problem, because aside from the fact that it's hilariously funny, it's extremely motivating. And if you've ever wanted to write a book, Nanowrimo is the time to do it. So, thank you for watching. And well done, everybody. And next year I'll get a Viking hat that fits so that I can wear it while I'm writing.